A week later, and ChatGPT is still helping me build my game. And at this point, I don't even think I can be called a indie developer anymore because AI is doing all the code for me. So I've just gone and ran that, and it's still giving me zeros. So I'm not sure what it is that is causing that issue at the moment. That's probably the best way I can say it to ChatGPT. In other words, save me. Save me, please. All this for a fucking... I'm literally moving the panel. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to move the panel, but I've had to make like 10 scripts in the process for some reason. That said, here is pretty much where we're at. At the moment, we have the majority of the skeleton of the game done. Now it's at the point where we pretty much just need to start building more of the dialogue and such. Now, this hasn't been without issues. Cool, so we can do the status. What the fuck? Where did you go? Oh, God. What the hell is going on here? It just got eliminated. It literally just got eliminated right before my eyes. Where has it gone? Where I have a lot of back and forth with ChatGPT trying to figure out how to install a few systems, to the point of which where I make a few errors and I can't seem to get panels working, and so on and so forth. However, it has been a pretty fun struggle, and I am nowhere near but close to be finishing and should be able to get a demo out in 30 days. Now, this was all started from a interesting thought of should I, or the first thought of I want to build a video game, how could I do it? Now, I did actually start to learn code, but I then decided that that wasn't really for me, and I thought, hang on a minute, if ChatGPT can do code, maybe it can help me make a game. And I haven't really searched much up, but I don't really see a crazy amount of people making video games with ChatGPT, so I figured I'd give it a go. Now, this has been what I call a fun struggle, because there are parts that work, there are parts that don't, but generally speaking, ChatGPT is pretty damn good at being able to make code and understand the situation and the next steps. For example, I can take screenshots of my game, screenshot or part of the inspector and my code, or just copy and paste my entire code into ChatGPT, and it can figure out what the problem is, it can fully update my script, and it can do a pretty good amount based on what I give it. And that's the key part. It's based on what I can give it. Because this is something I'm really realizing as I start to use ChatGPT more, is that it's only as good as the context and stuff you can give it. No, damn it. That is, I need to change that. The thing is that I noticed that it doesn't help when it lags, and I know that's something else I'm gonna fix as well. But it lags and it makes me click the weaponsmith, which is the point of no return. So what I would say typically is that I might give it some screenshots, I might give it some context, what my goal is, but also give examples of what I'm looking for, and I'd really win this out. And for reference, I would typically do this in voice chat, where I would be speaking to the AI, I'd be going back and forth with it, trying to get some clarity. Now, sometimes the AI does overwhelm me with quite a few bits of information. And from here, I'll just simply ask it to give me a walkthrough and we'll go step by step. But it has been pretty good because I actually think anyone can do this. I think anyone can do this. The pretty much main requirement is just that you are patient enough to go through with each stage. Now, I'm going to be honest, my game at the moment, or at least in terms of the scripts, is very messy. And I'm sure a lot of people which are actual game developers and have developed games probably will look at this process and my scripts and everything I've got going on and probably be quite horrified. But I'm working along as I'm sort of working along, and I'm pretty happy and enjoying the process. That's good. Oh, baby. Ho ho. The only thing is the confirm button doesn't work. Do. So the next thing I plan to do is pretty simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be polishing up my game assets and polishing up what I've currently got, because what I've currently got in terms of a combat scene looks pretty rubbish. But that's okay, because we're going to improve that. My plans are going to be as followed. I'm going to be focusing more now, because I've got the skeleton done, focusing more on creating assets, on being able to get ChatGPT to make me images. And I've already been doing this so far, and it's really, really good. Because the art style I focus on having is more of a gritty parchment medieval style. And what I can do is that whenever I go to create more images or more assets for my game, I can attach files of some of the already made gritty parchment style images, and it can use that same art style and create something with the same art style, which is really, really good. And what I'm even going to look at doing as well is wondering, well, what if I can combine some images? What if I can combine the actual player character with a certain weapon? Will that then be able to merge those together and put that individual into a fighting stance with that weapon? I don't know, but it's probably possible. So this is basically all I've got for the current devlog at the moment. I'm still working on a few things, but generally speaking, we're going to start getting more assets up and getting this sort of effectively this game actually built and getting a lot more story into there. And hopefully within the next 30 days, I should be able to get something of a demo out, or at least a coming soon page, so that you'll be able to see as well. But with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll catch you in the next one.